Hello, everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you for today's training on why I see online training on sustainable development goals. And myself, Umaya Musami, will be your workshop trainer. In this training, we will be achieving three objectives, which is the first one to outline the importance of sustainable development goals for achieving more sustainable future throughout your invention. And our second objective will be to explore all the potential strategies to overcome challenges by implementing SDGs majorly in your invention and to foster your inner uh, thought or inner creativity in developing sustainable solutions and approaches to achieve the SDG goal. Okay, I would like to introduce all the 17 development goals that have been created by our United Nations. So as you can see from the screen, I have listed out all the 17 goals, and this is known as the global goals or sustainable development goals. So why do we need actually these sustainable development goals? It is because globally we are facing challenges. Okay, let's look into what are the challenges that we are facing right now. Well, we are in the post-pandemic. We have faced the wave of COVID-19. So now we have the challenges of the post-pandemic that we have to face. Due to COVID-19, we are facing rising inflation and disruption in the logistics, which we can actually see from the news where uh, uh, plantation are unable to transport their vegetable crops to the supermarket due to disruption in the logistic. And in certain countries, there are policy uncertainties and also challenges in the labor market. All these are the global challenges that we are facing globally by each one of you. That is why we actually need to focus more importantly in sustainable development goals now. That is why it is very crucial for us to actually to look or to consider sustainable development goal in all our probably in all our tasks or all our implementation. Okay, let's look at this screen. No poverty. Why there is poverty at the first place? Okay, because there is high rise in unemployment due to COVID-19 crisis. Due to that, we have rising inflation and certain country impacted due to war at Ukraine, and definitely natural disaster will actually be part of to increase the poverty percentage in a particular country. So this goal actually, the purpose of this goal, which is goal number 1, is to end poverty in all its form everywhere. In each country, we want to end the poverty. And how we going to do that is through your invention. Okay, let's look into clean water and sanitation. I've picked up few important sustainable development goals that I would like to highlight through this workshop. And for example, in SDG 6, we have clean water and sanitation. Why we need clean water? Clean water. It is to ensure the availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. We want our people to receive clean water because there is 1.6 billion people are actually lack of clean water. Okay, so we want to overcome these challenges. So how we need to overcome these challenges is through the invention. So any invention that can actually uh, can give a clean water will be actually supporting, particularly in this SDG. What about SDG 7, affordable and clean energy? Currently, many countries, they are looking into clean energy. And this clean energy need to be affordable to every one of us, whether they are poor communities, vulnerable community, or also rich communities. All these different communities need to receive clean energy, and it should be affordable to different communities. So actually in SDG 7, this is their objective, to ensure that everyone able to receive clean energy that is affordable, which they can actually afford to pay, or afford to accept the bills that will they face if they are using renewable energy. Okay, let's look into SDG 10, which is reduce inequalities. Do you know that 1 in 5 people actually experience discrimination? Probably one of your friend actually are facing through this. Nobody knows, because the ratio that is given by data analysis is 1 in 5 people. So by through invention or through partnership, we actually can support to reduce the inequality within communities, within individual, or also among countries. And for your information, the inequality actually also happen is due to COVID-19 waves, because different countries, their economic status is different. So when every country are facing this pandemic, they are actually what actually happen is the inequality among people in between two different countries are giving a very different big ratio. So this is actually increase the inequality. But by invention, or by by some approach, we can actually support this goal by reducing the inequalities. Okay, what about Sustainable Development Goal 11, which is sustainable cities and communities? Okay, when you look at this SDG 11, you will have a thought that, okay, we need to create a urbanized landscape to our people. Okay, that's not the only thing that need to be achieved in SDG 11. Okay, in SDG 11, we are also looking into a safe environment to the people who actually living in the urban area. For example, 99% world urban population are breathing polluted air. We don't want this to happen. We want to overcome this. So this can be overcome through invention. Okay, we have 82% municipal urban waste, which are actually uh, being generated, but only 52% were managed. So how to manage the rest of the waste? Okay, so through invention, we need to manage the waste, and with that, we are actually supporting SDG 11. Okay, like for example, in sub-Saharan Africa, okay, only 1/3 people or communities are actually convenient access to public transportation. So how are we going to have the rest of the population in their country? Okay, and in SDG 11, we are also targeting focus on slum dwellers. Okay, why? Because they will be impacted through the urbanization. So we want to help them to grow together, so that they will also share the convenience that all the urbanized people will be facing. Okay. So what about in SDG 13, climate action? All of us know about climate action. Why? Because now we already facing the changes in the climate due to changes in the environment, okay, due to the pollution, okay, that we are facing through urbanization. But that is not the only focus in climate action SDG. We are also focusing in energy related carbon dioxide, okay, which has increased in urbanized area, okay, due to urbanization, sea level increases, okay, due to climate change, and different temperature, okay, actually create a scenario for coral reef. Okay, they are unable to, to grow better. Okay, and increase of natural disaster. Okay, because of climate changes and also droughts. So all these points that I've given you is actually part of the climate changes. So in order to mitigate the climate changes, we need to actually come up with a solution or protocol or also invention which can actually overcome, okay, how to reduce the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, how to mitigate, okay, the sea level increase, how to, to ensure that the temperature in the sea level is actually convincing for the growth of coral reef. Okay, so other than that, we can able to overcome all this, we actually can mitigate the natural disaster and also the droughts which actually due to all these climate changes. Okay, in SDG 14. Okay, in SDG 14, the focus is on life below water. Okay, because we know that our ocean is the largest ecosystem. Okay, and it's being endangered. Why? Because of a lot of pollution. Okay, due to plastic and marine pollution, we have ocean warming. As I informed earlier, there's a increase of temperature. Okay, different temperature in the sea level. We actually create scenario for coral reef. So it's similar to that. So ocean warming actually will impact the growth life below the water. We have eutrophication, acidification, and also overfishing. All these activities by nobody else, by all of us, okay, actually will endanger the our largest ecosystem. So if we can able to overcome all these activities in a more sustainable way, actually we can preserve the life below the water. Okay, so now earlier we have discussed life below the water, and now we are discussing on life on land, which is SDG 15. Okay, in this SDG, we are focusing to manage uh, all the living organism above the land, on the land. Okay, because we want to combat the desertification. Okay, we want to stop the biodiversity loss. Okay, we want to reverse unhealthy land into more healthy land so that more plant growth can be achieved. So things like that, activities like that. So all these activities to overcome all the challenges is actually a part of your invention, which you can actually brainstorm what you can what you can create or what you can innovate. Okay, let's see SDG 16. Okay, SDG 16 sometimes is not very popular among many of us. Is on peace, justice, and strong institution. Okay, there are many targets and indicator that is being highlighted by United Nations. And in SDG 16, one of the target is to reduce all form of violent and death related rates. Okay, so why? Because one out of four female will be very scared to go out at night. Okay, that is the ratio. Okay, at the moment. So we want to ensure the safety, the feeling of safety is there for them to freely go out at night, freely buy things. Okay, what they need, freely to carry out their activities. So what are the invention that all of you can come up to increase the feel of safetyness among these among females? Okay, okay, and all these SDGs actually will focus on either environment, social, and economics. So I mean the connection among them, all these three connection factors is actually involved with SDGs. Okay, so this is actually a sustainability paradigm. So when you are talking about sustainability paradigm, it involves of environment, it involves of social, it involves of economics. Okay. Okay, let's see how you can ensure that which SDG are actually impacted through your invention. Let's say, for example, you are looking into agriculture sector. Okay. Okay, when you are looking into agriculture sector, the first thing that need to come into your mind is what are the challenges that those people in agriculture uh, or probably it can be primary people who primary individual actually that impacted in agriculture sector, or secondary individual that actually impacted through agriculture sector. So if you have identified the challenges of those individual facing through agriculture sector, then you identify the problem, the challenges, and then you come up with the invention. Okay, and your invention will actually solve the challenges that you have identified. Okay, so if your invention actually solving any challenges or problem that is being faced by the agriculture sector, you are actually focusing the SDG 1, 2, 3, 8, and 9. So those are the SDGs that actually correlate with the agriculture sector. So any invention that is being invented to overcome the challenges for agriculture is actually focusing on those SDGs. For healthcare sector, okay, for healthcare sector, if you have identified what are the challenges, okay, because when you are looking into those SDGs, right, so there will be few targets and indicator that is focused in that particular SDG. Okay, so for that there will be challenges in a production of vaccine. Okay, so vaccine is will fall under the sectors of healthcare. So if we have overcome the challenges in the production of vaccine, okay, so you are actually fulfilling the SDG 3, okay. Indirectly, you are actually fulfilling the quality of education, okay. You may also fulfilling the gender equality, okay. You also fulfilling SDG 8, which is decent work and economic growth, and also SDG 9. Why? Okay. When you have overcome the challenges in a vaccine production, for example, okay, if you can able to overcome that, why? By having the vaccine, that particular individual will become healthy. They can able to get a quality education if they are healthy, okay. They can go to work, okay. They can earn some money, okay. They can build up their own infrastructure, okay. If how they can overcome the gender equality, if they are if the individual is a female, okay, they if they are become a bit healthy or really healthy with the vaccine that they are taking or any antibiotic, okay, due to the effective production of an antibiotic or vaccine, they can actually they can actually fulfill the gender equality because they can equally work together with other females, or they can equally work together with other colleagues, whether they are female or male. So that is how you have to actually look into your invention and how they can actually support the SDGs. Let's say in the technology sector. Okay, in technology sector, let's say if you are coming up with an invention, okay, for example, invention to carry a heavy bag, okay, okay, you actually creating helping out SDG 3, because when a person is actually healthy, they can actually use that particular technology to carry the heavy bag. So by carrying the heavy bag, sometimes they will become injured, or they will become ill by or some challenges in their health problem. So by that particular invention, actually you are actually increasing the health of that individual. Okay, so same you are also supporting SDG 4, 8, 12, and 13. Okay, certain technology actually it will be designed based on usage of renewable energy. So if they are based on renewable energy, of course they are supporting the climate action goal. Okay, so that is why the climate action goal actually support the technology that is created, okay, actually supporting the climate action. Same goes to engineering. Okay, so any invention that pertaining the engineering sector actually supporting SDG 8, 9, 11, 12, and 13. So it will be very good if you can able to identify more than one SDG in your invention. Okay, because that will show actually how your invention actually can relate to various SDG, and how it can actually support those SDG to achieve the particular SDGs goal. Same goes to financial services, and also oil and gas industry, aviation, and tourism. So talking about tourism, actually, if you can able to, to create a sustainable tourism uh, activity, sustainable tourism approach, actually, your invention actually supporting SDG 8 decent work, because those people who work in a healthy tourism sector will actually will be working in a very good environment. Okay, you'll be also supporting SDG 12, which is responsible consumption, because probably all the usage, okay, paperless or any waste material that is being used throughout the tourism activity will be managed effectively or sustainably. Okay, and of course in tourism we need life, we need to preserve and protect life below water and life on land, because that is two uh, two groups that actually increase the tourism activity actually. So if you can able to invent things that can support life below water as well as life on land, will be actually increasing the revenue from tourism activity, as well as supporting the SDG goal. And if you have a proper or a very sustainable tourism activities, actually you're also supporting peace, justice, and a strong institution, because tourism activity can be increased by creating a peaceful country, a peaceful environment, things like that. Okay, same goes to communication sector, retail and consumer, manufacturing, energy, and utility. These are the those sector that is being identified, and any challenges that is pertaining this sector, okay, need to be overcome through your invention, and you need to identify your invention actually supporting how many goals of SDGs. So if you can able to identify most SDG goals that you are actually supporting through your invention, will be will be a good point for us to know that your knowledge and on SDG is to an extent. Okay, allow me to share with you some existing invention. Okay, so we have hurricane proof buildings, okay, at Caribbean island. Okay, uh it is actually supporting no poverty, because when there is a natural disaster actually striking wherever we are, actually at the end we will become very poor, because it is a disaster. Okay, all the building will be spoiled. Okay, so in order for us to to overcome the post natural disaster challenges, is really challenging. So in order to overcome that, we actually can come up with a hurricane proof building, which is done at a Caribbean island. Okay, so this will actually help you to ensure that the particular country don't really go into a very extreme poverty level. Okay, we also have Mazi. Okay, it is actually a durable 10-liter plastic container to collect milk from the cow. Okay, so this particular container is actually is very suitable for you to store and to transfer the stored milk to a different place. So this will actually support the zero hunger, because we don't want to spill the milk that was collected, because once the milk spilled, we can feed people with that. We will be unable to feed people with that, so they will be in a hunger. So if we have a good container that is designed for a transportation, for a collection and also transportation, we actually will be very helpful to achieve the zero hunger. So this is how you need to, to identify which are the niche area that actually facing problem. That is the main thing. You need to know, you need to learn to identify how to identify the challenges in any area. Okay, it can be a small area. Okay, the challenges, it can be in a small sector or can be in a very huge sector. Once you're able to identify the challenges, then you can come up with the invention to overcome those challenges. Okay, and that particular invention will be supporting either one of two sustainable goals. Okay, definitely. Okay, so let's move to the next invention, the people toilet. Okay, it is actually managing human waste. Okay, it is massively utilized in a developing nation. Okay, why? Because in a developing nation or underdeveloped nation, they usually have improper sanitation. Okay, and improper sanitation actually can create a deadly disease to human being. Okay, we don't want that to happen. So the people toilet will be actually achieving the goal of clean water and sanitation, because in SDG 6 the focus is two. One is clean water, another focus is on sanitation. So the people toilet actually will focus on the sanitation area, and it is actually fulfilling the success of group SDG 6. Okay, and we also have Safari Seat. It is a low cost wheelchair which actually manufactured and maintained in poor country to create a self-sustaining product. Okay, it is like a bicycle parts. We actually can be handled by hand, only by hand. Okay, and it has a durable wheels. Okay, so this safari seat actually, it is a low cost, as I mentioned earlier, and can be used by many people in a underdeveloped country or developing country. Okay, and this invention will support industry, innovation, and infrastructure, because under this infrastructure, the safari seat will actually achieve the goal of SDG 9. So this is how you have to look at, because in SDG 9, in certain SDG, they are looking into different focus area. For example, in SDG 9, we have industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And Safari seat actually falls under infrastructure targets. Okay. And we have XO laptop. Okay. XO laptop, it's a kind of laptop which is small, wireless internet, low cost, durable, and it has a powerful screen. And this is being utilized in many underdeveloped countries for education. So with this invention, we actually achieving the goal of quality education. Okay, so we have seen all the existing invention. Let's look at what are the potential invention that all of you can come up. Okay, all right. So based on the global goals and the global challenges, probably you can come up, to overcome the challenges in reducing plastic waste or paperless tasks. Okay, how to do composting. There are various type of composting. How you can invent more sustainable composting. How people in a apartment area who are actually facing the limitation in space can actually compose. Okay, what are the things that you can do with unused item? Okay, the how to reduce the meat intake, because poultry actually is a number one sector that actually uh, impacting, okay, the environment. So how you can actually have a more sustainable poultry system, or how you can actually reduce the meat intake, okay, things like that. So how to conserve water, okay, probably a task on how to save energy, okay, so that we can preserve our fossil fuels, and how to travel green for tourism purposes. So these are the some of the challenges that I have highlighted, but there are range of millions of challenges globally present in our world, which you can actually need to identify it and come up with the invention. Okay, so I would like to share with you some invention video from our previous participant. Um, okay, I allow the floor to screen the invention video. Thank you.
We came up with our new idea, iRecycle, a mobile app that provides recyclable materials pickup service and motivates more people to recycle by implementing a novel gamification system. If you have some recyclable materials, you can just press the button here to call the recycle truck to come and collect your materials. Once the workers arrive, they will weigh all the recyclable materials and enter the weight of each category into the system. The system will process and calculate the points you get. Now, you can use the points you get to exchange the products in our shop. For example, food and beverage coupons, transportation tickets, green products, and so on. Besides, there's also a leaderboard system for you to view your friend status and compete with your friends.
Worm Patrol is an automated worm bin aimed to stimulate the natural living condition for worms in houses using IoT technology. It allows the user to monitor the condition of their worm bin, and it also provides alerts based on collected data for maintenance.
Our project is called Blind Assist Sensory Suit, or in short, BUS. And it is an innovative product that assists the blind and the visually impaired individuals maneuver around obstacles when they are moving from their current location to another.
Okay, so you have watched the previous YIC participant invention. So from the invention, you can see that the cost is not so expensive. Okay, because I would like to create an awareness here that um, your invention don't need a high cost, don't need a super duper technology. Okay, it can be as simple as what you have seen in the video, but it can actually overcome a huge problem that is facing by some individuals. Okay, so so do identify, okay, your main focus is to identify the problems. Okay, and once you have identified the problems, you can actually come up with the invention which is low cost, okay, which can be accessed by everyone. Because earlier I to inform you that some of the invention is actually accessible to those poor, vulnerable community or poor community. Okay, so need to come up with the invention which is can be assessed by everyone, and it can actually overcome the challenges that they are facing. Okay. All right. With that, this is our end of my presentation on SDG training. I would like to inform you that if you have any question pertaining this workshop training, you can always contact ASTI through their website or email or phone number, and you can actually email them your concern about SDG and how to actually carry out this invention, okay, that is actually supporting the SDG goal. With that, actually, they will actually then later on will contact me and other members that is actually involved in YIC competition, and we will reach out to you with sustainable answers, okay. Okay, with that, I would like to thank you and all the best in your invention that is support the SDG goals. Bye-bye.